What's going on, everybody? So I've been putting this off long enough. This is the gas tank, the little red gas tank to the 1984 CR60. I've been needing to sand this and refinish the tank, but not only that, typically that's all I do with the restoration bikes, because then I can go ahead and typically I could purchase replacement plastic, but not on that one. So I'm gonna have to do all the fenders, or both fenders, the side panels, the tank, and everything to get this one back to normal. Now, a few people have asked me about the refinishing process, and I'll be honest with you, I've done a bunch, and they get better as I go, but I'm still learning as I go along, so anyway, figured I'd make a quick video as best I can. I'll say quick to show you the process and how I do it, and you know what you can use to get some good results out of refinishing your gas tank. Now, I am going to use the Pryme MX polishing kit today. This is a perfect kit. Comes with everything you need to do your plastics or your tank especially, and take a lot of gassing work out of it. It's the best kit I've used. In fact, I used the kit for the first time on the 97 RM125, and it's the best tank I've done to date. So there you have it. So here's what we'll do. The kit comes with, let me show you here, the kit comes with different grits of sandpaper from 400 all the way up to I think 2500, I believe. 2000, something like that. So basically you got everything from start to finish. I'm going to go ahead and start with the 400. Now in the sun and on this video, this tank don't look too bad, but it is marked up. You can see where the Honda decal was for all these years. Something else, it's just skin up. It's not bad, but it's definitely going to need to be smoothed out and brought back to life. So that's what we'll do. So what I'll do is I'll start out with the 400. I'm going to start out with it dry, and then go up from there, and then I'll do wet sanding from that point on. So here we go. Now keep in mind, I'm not going to keep it in one spot long. I'm just going to move over the tank fairly quickly, and I want to try to smooth out some of these rough edges. If you've got something deep, you may have to use a razor blade and try to scrape it. You have to be careful with that, or you'll just have to try to use your sander and sand it out. I don't really like to go that deep, so a lot of times if it's really deep gash, I don't get it all the way out, but that's just me. Not many people really notice it, but I'm going to continue on with the dry with the 400 until I get it pretty smooth, and then we're going to work our way up. So I'll continue on. Alright, so I just finished up with the 400. Actually, I could have started with 320, but I didn't think this tank was really that bad, so I started with 400 dry. I'm about to move over to wet sanding from this point on. I'm going to go ahead and wet sand with the 400. That's a pretty coarse sandpaper, so I really just needed to get a lot of these deep scratches, or the deeper scratches, out. Even where the Honda, I mean, this is a 1984 tank, so this thing is old. Even where the original Honda decal was, it almost seemed like it was a little bit raised where that decal was on both sides, so I needed to get down below that a little. So I took it down with a dry. So now we're going to move along to the wet sanding. So let's move everything out from under my sawhorse here, and let's go ahead and spray this down. I've got just a little bit of dishwashing liquid in this water, just a tiny bit. And put my 400 back on, and let's go again. All right, at this point, I will go ahead and move up to the next grade of sandpaper, 400, then what we have next, 600, and so forth. But I'll do wet sanding from this point on. I won't spend a ton of time, especially this small tank. At this point on, we'll spend a ton of time with each time I move up. I will wet sand each time, and I'll go all the way up to 2,000 or 2,500, whatever the kit comes with. And then once we get to there, we'll move on to the next step at that point. So here we go. Okay, so I'm making my way up as the grits go higher and finer on the sandpaper. So I made my way up to 1,000. What I want to do was show you about how much time I spend on each side at this point. So I'm just going to spray it down. I'm not going to speed this video up so you can kind of see. It's not a long time. I'm just going to spray it down. I'm up to 1,000, so I'm kind of halfway there. That's about all the time I'll spend on each side. As you see, I'm just wanting to get the corners good, the edges, and I move around pretty quick. I don't stay really long on one spot, but as I go, the tank is getting smoother and smoother. So that's the reason that you move up with the grits, and don't skip any. Just do them all. If you're using this kit, just use every one that's in the kit. You may or may not have to start out with 320. Maybe you can start with 400, just depending on the condition of your tank. And this one's going kind of quick because it's such a little tank, but that kind of gives you the idea. All right, so I have made my way wet sanding all the way up to the 2000 grit sandpaper. At this point, once you're done doing that, you wash it off, you're going to look at your tank of plastic and go, oh my God, this looks bad. Well, it's smooth as can be, but it doesn't look good at this point. It's just sanded, and so the color looks a little faded, white looking. So don't panic yet. But this also may be the time where you see a place that you need to go back and fix. So if this is, if you see a place, now's the time to do it. Don't skip it. Just go back and fix it. So far, every place that I wanted to sand down and smooth out looks good on this tank. So now the kit that I spoke about, the Pryme MX polishing kit, comes with two star-shaped polishing wheels. Now this is where the shine will come back to your gas tank or your plastic. This requires no heat, really, like a heat gun, just the heat of this buffer as it goes around. So what we'll do is we'll do two things here. We're going to there's two of them, and they're numbered 1 and 2. So we'll use the first one. It also comes with this polishing stick. So we'll go ahead and put some of the polishing stick on the wheel here and start to polish the tank and bring that shine back. So let's take a look, see how we're doing. Now, you might be able to tell kind of in this, I know the sun's out here, but how it sort of looks somewhat faded, but it's smooth as can be. So let's see. All right, now already I'm starting to see the shine come back in this. So it's looking exactly how I need it to look. Still got a little ways to go, still got some polishing to do. And then we'll take the second polishing wheel and buff it to a nice shine. So keep going. All right, so made it through the first round of polishing with the first wheel and the polishing compound that comes with the kit. I've got a nice shine on here now. It's looking much better, but not quite there, because now it's time to buff out that that last bit of polish and see how we did. It's looking pretty good at this point. I'm pretty satisfied with the smoothness and the shine of it, but not quite where I want to be. So this second wheel should get me right where I need to be. So let's go ahead and get started on that. All right, so you can kind of tell, it's kind of hard to really see, but you can really see that shine come through. And as you continue to buff and work, because this is the clean wheel, it doesn't have any polishing compound on it, you'll begin to get that smooth touch on there. Now, one other thing you can do after the fact, if you have a wool polishing wheel, you can put on your drill or buffer. You can even buff it to a little bit more shine, so you can continue to do that. So this is looking pretty good. I'll continue on with this second wheel, but that gives you a very broad brush general idea of how to restore your plastic. Again, the Pryme MX cleaning, or the Pryme MX polishing kit is a great kit to do that with, but anything like this should get you where you need to be. The main thing is the wet sanding, smoothing it out, and then polishing it. So there you have it. If you have any questions or any comments at all, let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.